Welcome to the potato field. I would like to show you today how we hill the potatoes. Here you can see potatoes that were planted approximately 4 weeks ago. We have pre-sprouted the potatoes in light and then cut them into pieces with about 2 or 3 sprouted buds per potato. And then we came out here and dug trenches. And each trench, so the first trench over there, and then the second one is about 3 feet or 1 meter apart. And the next one over again 1 meter apart. So in this section in here, we can fit 8 rows of potatoes. And then we basically just let them grow, and this is how they look today. And now we need to come in and hill them up because potatoes really grow. If you look at this plant, a potato will be harvested from the ground, but it's really a part that belongs to the shoot part, the top part of the potato, the part that usually grows above the ground. And we can also know that because the potato, if we leave it out in the sun, it will turn green like a leaf. So it's a part of the shoot part of the plant. And they will start to form in the axils of the leaves. There will be side shoots starting to run, and then the potatoes will be at the end of that. So what we need to do is bury the part of the plant so that the potatoes will have a chance to grow. And that's what we will do here today. First, I want to show you different hoes. So all of these tools are hoes. This is kind of like a really old-fashioned hoe. The benefit of this hoe is that it is very heavy at the end, and it actually helps to really go deep into the ground and dig up the soil, because we want to move quite a bit of soil here. This hoe is a pointed hoe with a really nice, lovely long handle, very great for a lot of work. And then this is a flat-headed kind of traditional hoe with a long handle. Again, whenever you can, it's really good to use a long handle to keep your back straight. But for this job, we will start in the first round with this tool. The way we can do this is just start at one end. I already started over there, and I will start right in the middle between and really kind of dig up, moving the soil towards the plants. You don't have to worry if you bury the plants a little bit. Kind of really let this fall in, pull up, fall in, pull up. And then I will go through a second time with this hoe so I can really move the soil up better. And I will probably repeat this whole process in about a week or 2. And then we have this really nice hilled up situation where we have like a nice mound around the potatoes where the actual potatoes can grow. I'm going to show you a few things as a sketch. So when you start planting your potatoes, basically you have just bare ground, right? And then what you will do is you will measure your rows 3 feet apart, right? Like this. Now what you do in the next step, so to make your rows, you can, for example, stretch a string across and make sure that it's 3 feet apart from each other, and then you make a small ditch right there and right there, and you will plant your potato into the little furrow, and then you'll plant the next one about 1 foot apart, maybe 10 inches to 1 foot apart. And you cover it back up, and then you let it grow. And when you come back, what you will see is a little plant that will have grown. And one here, and there will be a whole row of them. And at that point, you can already start hilling your potatoes. And you could do that maybe 2 or 3 times, coming back every 2 weeks. And you will then begin to take some of the soil from the center here in between the 2 rows and creating a ditch here and throwing the soil here. So it will kind of look like this. Part of the plant will be covered. This will be a ditch. And then next time you come around, the ditch will get deeper and the little hill will get taller. And on top of this, you will see your plant then poking out again, right? Like this. And another thing I want to show you is why do we do this? So if we look at a potato plant, we have one potato here, and then we have the shoot starting to grow, and then the roots in the ground. And then you may get some potatoes kind of forming here and here. If we hill the potatoes, what will happen is that your original potato was here, and then you have this piece of shoot, and then the actual potato plant will start to grow further up, right? So like later in the season it will be a tall plant. And from here, this is where the potatoes actually form, because potatoes are part of the shoot. And now we can have all these potatoes that are forming in the hill. Plus the hill will make it easier for harvesting, because now we just have to dig out the potatoes from the hill. So that's that. Now another thing I want to show you is when you do your hilling, I'm going to show this to you on the sketch because it's actually easier than in the field. So you'll do this in 2 steps if you use the tools that I recommended. So if you look at your hills here, there's one hill and there's one ditch, and one hill and one ditch coming on this side. We can kind of sketch this a little bit so we can see where a bit of a 3-dimensional here. Okay, so this is kind of the ditch. This is the ridge of your hill, right here. Now on your first pass, what I would recommend is that on your first pass you come through with a loosening tool like that pickaxe that we were introducing. It's nice and heavy and can really go deeply into the ground, and you'll come through from the center and work up. And then you go on the other side of the on this side of this hill and work the same ditch the other way up, like this. And now what you want to do is come through with your second tool, with that flat-headed hoe, and work this again before you step in it, because right now you got it nice and loose, so you want to make sure this first ditch is finished. So you work ditch by ditch, and now you will really take this loose soil and bring it up here, right, with your, so you move this up, like this, and then you go on the other side again and move this up on this side, and then you move on to the next ditch, like this one here. So you're not stepping on your loosened soil before you moved it, right? That's just one little tip I can give you. All right.